Hi everybody, all my followers, be welcome to another video. So this video today is on a 2006 Citroen C3. I'm not sure which engine is on this, just know it's a petrol, but doesn't really matter. So now that we got rid of the beep, so if you watch my videos, you most likely have seen that video already, so you will know what I mean. Now that we got rid of that beep, we can now move into the next issue. So the next issue with this car is that little orange light in there, okay? And while we have Lexia connected, let's gonna scan it and see what's in there. So let's go to anti-block brake system. Okay, 70, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So, kaboom, kaboom. My fault is, oh dear, recirculation pump. So, we either have a bad, well, hold on a second. Well, okay, so, the recirculation pump is the pump that obviously is the ABS pump. Okay, so we either have a bad pump or we do have a problem on our circuit, one of the two, quite simple. So let's move on. Let's start to check this. And just curiosity, I have now the engine off, ignition on, actuator tests, try to activate the recirculation pump. I can't hear nothing, and obviously it tells me the actuator could not be performed correctly, blah 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 blah. Okay, so that's what we have. Hey guys, and before I go any further and start to dismantle too many stuff, the first thing I've done, and if you watch my videos, you have seen me in the past doing it and sorting it in a similar way. So the first thing I've done was remove the battery, remove two plastic sort of covers in there, and get hold of the ABS relay, which is this one here. Open it, and visually it looks okay. If you watch my videos, you've seen me repairing one of these where these diodes at the back get shorted, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Remove them all, remove these four, and test them. Obviously I was trying to test them in C2s, but with the circuit is a little bit tricky. It doesn't really give you the true readings, but it looks like we have a problem here. The coils itself, they are both 80 ohms, which is about right. So yeah, let's gonna remove the diodes and check them out. Okay guys, a quick check. As you can see, removed all the diodes. Check the coils, so apply 12 volts, they both work. Check the solenoids, the diodes, they are all good. Plug these back in there like that, and they both close, so they both actuate fine. Clean the contacts, but they actuate both absolutely fine. So this is not my problem. So right now guys, I've removed the wheel arch, unplug the ABS unit, and what I'm going to do next is diagrams are loading right now, right there in the corner. As soon as they load, let's going to check power and the grounds, but it looks like I did a quick check on the pins. I think they are the powers and grounds, and everything is there. So right now guys, I think we have a bad ABS pump, but it's probably too early to call it that. So let's wait a little bit. Diagrams are pretty much opened, so let's gonna check and go from there. Okay guys, and the system is really simple. So I already checked this and I'm pretty sure everything is there. I'm just gonna confirm that is the right pins. So 1 and 14, it should be my voltage. Pin 26 my ground, and pin 20 is my ignition voltage, which is powered by the PSF, the module under the bonnet. but that should be okay because that also powers the relay. This relay is the same wire, and this is working, so most likely I will have this voltage there as well. So let's gonna check this and just make sure it's okay. Okay guys, don't know if you can read on the plug. So pin 1, don't focus, pin 1, pin 14. Oh, this is on the ground. Hold on a second. It's not even connected actually. So let's go and do this again. Pin 1, pin 14, then pin 20. So pin 20, 1, 2, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go, pin 20. And now my ground is going to be that pin over there. It's going to swap that. And there we go. And I've checked all these earlier, just guessing, and it looks like we have powers and grounds. We might have a bad pump, but before that, let's gonna do the tapping test. Just hold a second. Okay, let's gonna do, so I've plugged everything back in. Right there, it's plugged in. Now let's gonna do, I need to get a hammer though. Let's gonna try like this. Let's gonna try this with a proper tool. Okay, let's turn the ignition on and see what happens. Okay guys, and this is the second time I actually managed to get the operation completed successfully, but most likely it's gonna fail again. So I've been hammering the F out of it, really, but I think the pump is... Oh, it's actually going now. Hold on a second, let me try a few times. There we go, it failed again. Crap. It's definitely the pump. Let's just try to see if I could get it to... There we go. Let's just try to see if I could start to get it to spin. It's failed again. Yeah, it's failing again. Okay guys, so I think I figured it out how to actually manage to activate the pump. What I need to do is I need to delete the codes and then activate the pump, and it allows me to do it once, only once, and then obviously it triggers the fault, fails, and then it won't allow me to do it again. But what I'm going to do, I don't think the pump actually runs when I activate. I think the pump is gone. And what I want to show you is I put the clamp meter on the positive lead of the battery. I'm going to place the phone in there. Then I'm going to activate the pump, and I want you to see how much draw that little motor is actually taking, and you will see what I mean. Just hold a sec. Okay guys, so right now it's just ignition on. It's drawing 4.1 amps, so it's on a 100 amps scale. I'm going to activate the pump and look how much amps that pump is actually drawing. Okay, have you seen that? 45 amps or something like that, and you can't really hear the pump running. You can hear sort of some weird noise coming from that area, but you can't hear the pump running, and no way that motor would draw 40 something amps. So to me that pump is shorted inside, and well, or is seized, either way. But yeah, so I think it's time to get a new unit. Take this pump off. I don't think this motor is actually removable in a way, but let's gonna take the pump off and go from there. These guys, pump removed. Okay, it's a little bit, it was a little bit seized up, the pipes, but the nuts, but it's removed. So, but you know me better, guys. Let's gonna take that motor out, and I will show you that motor is kind of crimped into the module, so it doesn't really come out unless you break it, sort of. But let's gonna have a look. I'll show you. Okay, guys, as you can see, the module is sort of crimped in there. Another module, the motor. See in there? Some motors usually they have bolts, so that's where I've been hammering. The motor was really hot when I started to take it out, which to me it really means that was shorted. But let's gonna remove this and let's just gonna confirm the fault. I really hope I'm alright, I'm correct, because otherwise, oops, bad call. And guys, back in there now, removing it. And it was bad. Look at that. Oh dear. Look at that, guys. So that was my problem. There we go. This was shorted. The motor itself was probably actually good. When you look at the brushes and everything, it actually looked good. But obviously, so we made the right call, and I'm really happy about it, that we made the right call. So now is get a new module and off we go. Hey guys, and we go. The module, just got it today. The old one is there, as you can see, no motor. This one is now in much better shape, I mean visually. But I was told it should be working okay, so we're gonna give it a good clean and get ready to fit. New pump in place, everything tightened up correctly, and I think it's now time to fill the reservoir with oil. And even before bleed the brakes, turn the ignition on and see if my fault is gone. Okay, let's gonna put some oil in. So just if the pump kicks in, it's not gonna run completely dry. If the oil gets there, hopefully it will. Wait. That's it. It's full for now. Okay. Let's turn the ignition on and see what happens. Okay, let's turn it on. Okay, it's gone. It looks good. If I press the brake pedal, it's alright. Let's plug the maxi sys and see if we can activate the motor without triggering any faults. And I'm going to start the engine as well to take the car off economy mode. So let's do it. Okay, and engine is running, no fault so far. Let's diagnose this module and activate. And I actually think I might be able to bleed it from here, maybe, I don't know. Where is that? Right. There it is the MK70. Okay, read codes, ECU, blah 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 blah, doesn't really matter. Clear these codes, erase these codes. Yes, okay, read codes, no codes. Let's do this off, on. And now let's activate the recirculation pump. Oh yeah, I can hear it, definitely. I could hear the pump running. Yeah, I've heard that already. Oh no, sorry. Oh, I heard it now. Sorry, I heard the click first. I thought that would be the pump that would be more silence, but I'm going to put the phone in there and you can actually hear the pump running. Just hold a second. Okay, I'm going to restart this and you can hear the pump. Just hold a second. I'll do it once more. There it is. Running absolutely fine. Come out of here. Let me see if this bleeding is any helpful. Let's bleed the brakes, by the way. Start by this one, which the wheel is already out. Okay, that bleeding thing on the Maxi series is actually for the ESP ones, which is no good for this. I already have my non-return hose here, so just got these for this car, so I can do this myself. So let's press the brake pedal and we should be ready to go. Okay guys, and just getting back home from a test drive, and the car is driving absolutely perfect, braking absolutely perfect. So let me park somewhere here. Okay, that's it. Now it's just time to put the tools away. But that's it for today, I guess. So that's it. ABS is working fine. As you can see, there is no lights. So that was my problem, was that little motor over there. Okay, and I think that's gonna be it for this video today, and for today altogether. So I really hope there's some information here on this video that can help you diagnose or repair a similar problem. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do have any questions, any comments, put them below. And like always guys, thanks for watching.